acting on this trade promotion authority bill would be to vote in favor of the most progressive trade bill that's ever been advanced through the Congress.
We've been working closely with the White House, and we agree on this, and we're working together to try to get it across the finish line.
We just don't know everything yet that is in the bill, because some of it that is in the final product of the TPP.
That's the Trans-Pacific Trade Partnership deal, the Obama administration working with Republicans, but there is at least some doubt in the Democratic ranks, some Republicans, about what they're learning is inside. We're back with the panel. Julie, I mean, Josh Earnest fielded a lot of questions about what they know, what congressmen can see. They have to go lock and key to a certain place to see it. What about this?
Yeah, so I think it's important to remember that there actually is no final TPP agreement at this point. This is actually still being negotiated. So when we talk about a final bill, it doesn't actually exist. There is information that is available to lawmakers, but it's true. You do have to go to a room in the Capitol where you have to leave your BlackBerry or iPhone outside. It is quite a secretive process. And for people who are inherently skeptical about trade negotiations, this just adds fuel to that fire. Anytime that you think something is secret and information is being hidden from you, it will increase your skepticism. And that is a huge challenge for this White House as they try to win over Democrats.
Charles.
Look, this has been built into all the trade agreements. People understand that if the negotiations are done in public, it's never going to succeed, particularly when there are a lot of other countries involved, and you don't want one side to know exactly what our position is. It'll affect the reaction of a third country. So there's nothing new here. The fact is that in the end they're going to have 60 days and the Congress will decide. This is different from the Iran deal, where the president has indicated as soon as he signs it, he's going to go to the UN, and once it's accepted in the UN, the European, the Russian, and the Chinese sanctions are gone, and the whole regime of sanctions has collapsed. So even if Congress acts, it'll probably be moot at that point. So that's a big difference, and that's why everybody wants to know what's in the Iran deal before it happens. But with trade, we've always done it this way. It's the only way to get free trade. I think it's the right way to go.
Senator Reid is already saying he wants to block it because it's so secretive. Is this going to get across the finish line?
I'm skeptical. Barack Obama has gone out of his way for 6 years to show contempt for Congress by abusing his authority where he really had none, and now payback comes when he ought to have the fast-track authority that most presidents since Roosevelt have had. Furthermore, the president is saying, trust me, I'm a distinguished and subtle economic thinker, but this is the president who says that airport ticket kiosks and ATMs cause unemployment. So people say, well, I'm not sure we need to listen to that. On the secrecy, I think he has a point. A great diplomat, George Kennan, I believe it was, said the formula is this: the likelihood of a negotiation reaching a happy conclusion increases by the square of the number of parties involved. There are 12 nations involved in this, so it's hideously complicated. And if nation 3 knows that nation 8 has got something that it wants, and that might aggravate nation 9, you can see how they want to keep this somewhat not transparent.
But Julie, the White House is counting heads, literally. And do they have the juice to move this thing forward?
I think that that is an open question right now. I don't think that they can count on this at this point. I think that there's going to be a lot of work in trying to shore up the number of Democrats you're going to need to get this over the finish line. And, you know, to George's point, there has been a serious lack of goodwill between this White House and Democrats. And we're now in this phase politically.
Let alone Republicans.
Let alone Republicans. I'm talking about Democrats. And we're now in this phase politically where Democrats are looking ahead. They're looking to Hillary Clinton, to their next nominee. And so any goodwill that there might have been gets weakened a little bit because he's not the only guy running the party anymore.
And the president says to Democrats, if you vote on this, I know it's risky, but I'll campaign for you. Well, that didn't work out so well in 2010 or 2014.
Love the way Nancy Pelosi said, how can we support this? We don't know what's in it. That didn't stop her with Obamacare.
We'll end there. What do you say we end there? Yeah. That's it for the panel. But stay tuned for a city council meeting where those in attendance got an earful they were not counting on.